It's the Amanda Seales Show. I'm Amanda Seales.
I'm Jeremiah Like the Bible.
Let's get into some more BLACKURATE news.
So, Amanda, a few weeks ago, we reported about, Bebe Rexha getting a phone thrown at her during a concert. Glorilla had things thrown at her in the concert. Well, to add to that list, Drake, also Pink had someone's ashes thrown at her during the concert. To add to that list, Drake was doing a show for his It's All a Blur tour, and he joins the list as he was singing So Anxious by Genuine. His rendition, he was assaulted.
Drake was singing So Anxious.
Yes.
Okay, keep going. keep going.
He was assaulted with a phone. It hit him in his left wrist, and he just watched it land on the ground. And he definitely wasn't injured.
So wait, I may throw a phone at Drake if he's singing So Anxious.
Please, this is
Drake
serious.
is not a singer. Like Drake is a viber.
Anxious.
Like I don't want to hear him sing that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I think that there's songs where like I like Drake's voice because it like just fits the vibe, but like So Anxious requires actual singing.
I want to know where that comes in within the set list, because like I don't know any other Drake songs that fits a So Anxious rendition.
Maybe The Jungle.
Okay. Send us some tickets to the tour, Drake, so we can see for ourselves. Let's do that.
So what else is happening with this?
So basically, Kelly Clarkson actually had just heard about all of these incidents, and she gave this opinion about performers being on stage and being assaulted.
I mean, I literally looked at Brandon. That was when I was still married. And I was like, I don't know when I'm going to go back out. Because then you start thinking like, I'm going to risk that and like not see my kids again because I was singing on stage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like It becomes very silly. One time I was singing at this thing and my eyes were closed. And so you're even more vulnerable. And this person on live TV on this show overseas rushed the stage and came up and hugged me and put their arms around me. But like when your eyes are closed and you're singing, you aren't thinking anything except, I mean, I had like a whole moment that night. It was very scary. Just like, cause I think at that moment I realized how vulnerable I was and I'd never thought like that before.
And that begs the question, Amanda, as someone who's a live performer, I think we look at these stories like, oh, that's crazy, y'all are assaulting people, but not the fact that, artists are in a very vulnerable space when you're on stage performing.
I have been in a number of scenarios where, like when I was in Flowetry, I remember being in Houston and like a chick like tried to like swipe my leg out from under me. Like I forgot where we were performing, but there was like people were in the pit, like they were at like the front of the stage, and she like tried to swipe. When I was in Baltimore, same tour, a chick successfully did that, and I had to like hopscotch over her hand.
That's crazy.
Like she was like pulling my shirt and like my pants.
Like in a I'm trying to hurt you way, or
yes.
okay.
Yes. And then I was doing a show in Sacramento one time doing stand up, and like a man just literally like walked up on my stage, and I just and the security was like, what's going to happen? They watching it like it's reality TV.
But even to that point, Amanda, even if you have security though, a lot of times your bodyguard, if you're like a singer or whatever, they're not like standing right next to you.
No, they're not.
So there's like ample space for someone to kind of do
Well, look
anything.
at what happened with Dave Chappelle at the Hollywood Bowl. Like, dude, he had security all over the place, and dude breached the security and got on stage. I mean, the other part of it is that while you're performing, you are not consciously looking for like, is anybody trying to come on stage? Is anybody trying to come on stage? It's really sucks because I feel like this is new. This feels a lot more prevalent than I feel like I used to. And like, it's one thing for someone like physically coming on your stage, but now to see people like throwing objects, that's again something that just is. I don't even know who's coming to a show just to do that.
Right. Well, even in like Kelly's example, where she kind of cited the idea of where like there was a shooting at a concert like in Vegas a few years back. Like how even like stuff like that, like we're in an era where like anything can happen at any given point. And does it sometimes feel like it's not worth it as a performer? Like I love this craft, but I don't know if my life.
I mean, remember Ariana Grande had there was a mass shooter in Ariana Grande concert overseas.
That was like a bombing, I think. Was that a bombing?
No, it was a mass shooter. It was like in Spain or something like that. And I mean, the shooting in Vegas was after like a country concert, I want to say. You know, the performing arts require you feel
performing
me?
the arts.
Yeah. So it's when you ask like, is it worth losing your life over?
Or just being like feeling unsafe, because it obviously ranges. A phone versus obviously something very tragic like a shooting.
I was gonna say, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like if that's you're doing the thing you love,
right? And you're doing it with good intention.
Like Big Pokey literally died like on stage.
Really?
Like doing what he loved. And I'm like, if I'm gonna go, then that's the way I want to do it.
Whew.
But make sure that you take them out too.
Right. But yeah, let's actually be on our best behaviors.
How about that? Let's
that.
like to just respect people.
Let's just go and like, get a little song to you.
It's already annoying AF that you're holding the phone up. Let's not throw the phone too.
Also, these phones expensive.
Fair. That's it for Black News. Up next, it's game time.